Joe Somebody 1986 asks, what's a good way for new YouTubers to get their content seen?
Well, hello somebodies. It's really awesome to be back on your computer screen again. The first thing on the agenda for today is a very, very, very important piece of business. I got 700 subscribers! That means I have to dance. I tell you, I just keep getting worse at that. It's hilarious. You might think that as time goes on that I would probably get better at dancing, but it doesn't look like that's gonna happen. And I want to say a very special thank you to those of you that posted a video response of you dancing on my last video where I danced, because I guess it's really nice to know that I'm not the only one that can't dance. But the same rules apply to this video, and if you want to upload a video of you dancing to help me celebrate 700 subscribers, just post it as a video response. Because Dylan King requested it on Facebook, I'm going to talk to you guys for a few minutes about the London riots. I'm sure most of you have already heard about the riots going on across the pond, so I'm not going to really get into what's happening over there. There's a lot of other videos covering that, and a lot of good articles if you want to Google it if you're not familiar. But for those of you that are familiar with the story, I want to just give you my thoughts on it. The first point that I want to make about riots is, well, people will riot for almost no reason whatsoever. I mean, take a look at the riots that happen at sporting events. People just are like, we won! And then the other team's like, no, you cheated! And then they're like, hey, let's flip this car over and burn it! Yay! The second point that I wanted to make about riots is, for some reason, people do really awful things that are not even related to the reason why they're rioting in the first place. The best example of this is looting. I mean, I understand that people are crazy in the streets and you see an opportunity to break through a window and get yourself a PlayStation 3, but what has that got to do with the thing that everybody's mad about in the first place? I saw some footage from the London riots of this boy who apparently was injured or had fallen over, and some people came over to him looking like they were going to help him, but instead of helping him, they got him up off the ground, unzipped his book bag, and took all of his crap and pretty much robbed him and then just left him standing there. Where is the humanity? But hey, I've got a question for you guys. If there was a riot in the town you lived in, would you get in the mob mentality and go out and, you know, run crazy in the streets, flipping stuff over and beating people up and robbing people? Or would you possibly leave the area and just try to stay as far away from it as possible? Or would you try to help break it up and restore peace to your community? Let me know in a comment down below or video response. If you are old enough to understand the things that I talk about on this show, then chances are you probably don't watch Sesame Street anymore. You know that Big Bird, he knows what he's talking about. He's smart. But my point being that a while back, Sesame Street had Katy Perry as a guest star on the show, but thought that she was a little too risque to actually air the episode. But you'd think that the people over at Sesame Street would have figured out that maybe they shouldn't get such risque or controversial people to be on the show in the first place. But sadly, they did not learn this lesson, and I found out that this season, Bruno Mars is supposed to be on there. Now, I'm sure Bruno Mars is not a terrible person, but about a year ago, he was arrested for possession of cocaine, so I really gotta say, I don't think it's a good idea for him to be on Sesame Street unless they're gonna give him like a cooking segment with a lot of powdered sugar. You know, for Sesame Street to be a show that's focused around learning, they don't seem to be figuring things out too quick over there. Though I'm not planning to watch 2.5 Men this season, it's kind of interesting that they started taping the show. And of course, the reason it's interesting that they started taping is because this season will be the season that Charlie Sheen's character gets killed off, and they introduce the character that Ashton Kutcher's gonna play. From what I've heard, they're gonna kill off Charlie's character in a subway accident. And even though I respect Ashton Kutcher as an actor and all the things that he's done, I just feel like the show is never going to be the same again. And if you spend very much time online at all, then you probably are a user of Facebook. If you are a user of Facebook, don't forget to become a fan of the show. The link will be in the description down below. But anyway, if you are a user of Facebook, you probably feel pretty confident that your information is secure. But according to the hacking group Anonymous, Facebook's been selling people's information to government agencies and all kinds of things. Anonymous also warns that if you delete your Facebook profile, that it's not actually deleted, but it'll sit on Facebook servers for a long period of time. But I say, who really cares? I mean, people that are on the good side of the law really don't have anything to hide from government agencies. Facebook isn't using our information to harm us in any way. They're actually trying to help capture bad people. The thing that I'm mainly concerned with is keeping all my information private from hacking groups. like Anonymous. So it's interesting that a group that is known best for hacking people is trying to protect us. Whether they can actually bring Facebook down or not, I don't know, but they did announce all this in a really creepy video that I'll annotate somewhere over here. And you can click to watch it if you'd like. Anonymous is saying they're going to take Facebook down on November 5th, and it's kind of interesting to, give a formal announcement like that because they're giving Facebook time to prepare for it. But it will be kind of interesting to see if they can actually do it and to see how people adjust when they can't play Farmville all day. They'll probably start rioting in the streets. Let's burn a car! It would be so much fun! Interestingly enough, I've heard that Anonymous is trying to launch their own social networking site because they were kicked off of Google+, and apparently they have beef with Facebook now. So this whole thing may be something just to stir up stink and to get people interested in their new social networking site. I don't know, but that is everything that I've got to share with you today. As always, I appreciate you watching. If you like this video, make sure to click that like button over there or add it to your favorites so other people can see it. I'm Joe Somebody, and now you know because you heard it from somebody.